much for supporting me monetarily. It means a lot to me. It helps me out a lot. I guess what happens when there's a cop in front of you? People in front of the cop are scared to do the speed limit. That's okay. We have enough time to make it home even if we drove at half the speed, so I'll make it home today. And just a reminder, the bonus video will come out either this Saturday or Friday. So my bonus videos are not delayed by 2 weeks. My bonus videos happen the week of. I just release them to you guys early, so you guys get a sneak peek to what's coming in the future. Or at least in what general area I was in. Day here. It's April 23rd. 22 degrees Celsius. I still don't see that rain that we were supposed to get yesterday and the day before. And lots of rain today. Lots of rain on the weekend. I'm hoping, for my personal benefit, I'm hoping we don't get rain. We get as much rain as we're having right now. But for the valley, we could really use rain. It's going to get pretty dry here very quickly, and I would prefer not to have forest fires all around me. This is sort of a lake, but it's also the Columbia River. It's only a lake because the Columbia River's been dammed off. Highway 2 leaves us here. We'll continue on Highway 97. Got a message, but it's not a message I can play while driving. It won't read it out, so... Wait till I do the next stop. Imagine being a cop, being stuck in traffic jams every day, all day long. One other car out there on the road and you're stuck in a traffic jam because as soon as someone sees you following them, you slow down.
Continue on US 97.
Probably said this a bunch of times, but I'm just loving this time of year. Such lush green colors. Because we live in such an arid, dry place, we don't get to experience these colors very often. Excuse me. Of course, my nose is all sniffly because of all the pollen. But I'll take it. No mosquitoes out yet. Warm weather, but no bugs. Perfect time of year. Set. Just enjoy the drive and look at all the blooming orchards. What's that, lilacs on the side there? It looks very purplish, so it must be lilac. Jess hates them. The scent is just way too strong for her. Found bug wash. Oh, I should have looked while I was down here in the US further south. Might be bug wash for sale down here. it's actually a lake. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but Innate. There's actually a town across the lake on the other side called Innate. I think it's Innate or something like that. Some of you guys have been helping, trying to get me to pronounce names right. So I always like it when locals correct me. Although when they just go, hey, you're spelling or you're saying such and such a word wrong. Well, yeah, thanks. I know I'm saying things wrong. It doesn't really help. Try to give me the right way to pronounce it. It's kind of fun doing the back and forth. Took Mark up about 20 tries to get me to say Snoqualmie right. Still don't think I'm saying Washagull right. Washagull? Yesterday I was saying I'm not going to get home today. Well, you guys don't know yesterday I was saying that because it'll show up in videos in 2 weeks from now. But I think I'll get home today. Made really good time and loaded really quick. It was so odd because it's a place that usually takes a long time to load, like hours to get loaded. And today it was about 45 minutes of waiting and then loaded, and when they started loading it was just boom, 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 like 15 minutes and I was ready to go. And then dispatch calls me and goes, hey, we know we said this is a tarp load, but don't tarp it. I'm like, yes! I'd say it's a good hour there. So all those combinations have made it so I have spare time. I'll get home at 7 p.m. or something like that. sides. past some beautiful country. But some of these hills aren't even looking all that green. That's just that dry. Like we've got forest fires that are burning out of control already. Merritt area, Kamloops. So I think every weekend people are going to be setting fires, campfires and stuff. So they haven't put any fire bans in yet, but I think they're going to come in early this year. Didn't get a lot of snow over winter, so the ground is dry to begin with, and now we're having a very dry spring as well. All that rain they keep promising us is just not showing up. Slow down. Could have made it. Gears. It's a very short hill, but it's fairly steep. Pesticides. They're spraying pesticides. No trespassing, keep out. Good thing you got a sign there, or else I would have slept in that pullout already. Probably not. But it looks like it'd be a good pullout. I don't know how busy this road would be at night. a one take would end right about now. I'd say thank you for watching, I'm out of here. Or do you want me to keep recording from here? Even though I don't have much left to say. I'll probably ask that question more often as we get further down. And get more and more members. Since you guys are paying for this service, I would like to deliver what you guys prefer. River's just looking so wonderfully beautiful. I wonder if these trees in here are organic and that's why they have the coverings on them. Insects and bugs and birds out. My sister said where they live they have these really annoying woodpeckers that come and punch holes in all their apples. And woodpeckers don't like apples, but they go punch holes in all the apples. And that breaks the skin of the apples, and these bugs all come in and start breeding and eating all these apples. And then the woodpecker comes back and harvests their crop of bugs. It's like the woodpecker's a farmer, farms bugs. Starts moving forward. I'm like, wait a minute. See, I'm here, right? Blue sky up there. Seems like we're getting more blue sky as we keep going north. shape. Fire station, it said on the bottom. Future fire station. Okay, so there'll be a fire station on the bottom. There's a road going up for some reason. I wonder if they're putting like a water tower on top. Quite rusty though. Needs a good paint job. Need to sandblast the whole thing and repaint it. I kind of like the rusty look, but it's probably not healthy for it. Why do I see brake lights? Oh, I guess the park is open now. In the past, I have pulled over right after this park. There's a park here and there's restrooms here, so right at the rock coming up, I've parked there and just walked back here. So there's actually pathways till right here. So there's a walkway or a pull out here, and then if you just walk down there, there's pathways. Pathways go till about here. So it's actually a nice little walk. Place to take a little rest and have a meal or something like that. Right on the Columbia River. Move the viewpoint over. You get the cracked windshield, so that's not any good. Can I move it far enough? And the wiper just gets in the way, doesn't it? Move it so the cracked windshield is right on the edge of the scenery. Is that wiper sitting up higher than normal? There we go. Yep, it was sitting up higher than normal. It's blocking the view. Didn't even notice that. probably just pushed it off the cliff. Nothing like littering a whole car. My water bottle's empty. One thing I really love about this truck, because it has a narrower cab, I can literally reach back behind me and grab a water bottle out of the fridge. Here. The only reason this isn't all orchards is because of the mass amount of rocks. Must have been a glacier that ended here, because a lot of round rocks over here. There's a lot of geology here in the Okanagan Valley. Well, this isn't the Okanagan Valley yet, so we're still on the Columbia River. Different in this truck already. My E-log doesn't keep popping up that I did a hard brake or a hard turn as often. Driving exactly the same way, but with the extra airbags on the back, I think the truck rides so much more stable and so much more smoothly that it doesn't tilt over as much. It's around the corner, the truck sits a lot nicer. It really handles the corners so nice. Somebody mentioned that this is one of the nicest trucks for cornering, and I gotta say they're right. It handles corners so nice and flat and evenly. In fact, it handles them so well I have to force myself to slow down more just to hit the suggested speed limits. If I just drive drive the way I feel like I should. I drive faster than the suggested speed limits around the corners. And definitely a smoother ride. Such a smooth ride. Unfortunately, there's some really bad audio coming in the next week and a half. I was having all sorts of issues with the microphone. This truck has a lot more interference. One problem with the mic was when I moved it, I had actually unscrewed the back of it and the plug was not actually plugging into the microphone properly. That's why I lost all that audio. And then I had static electricity problems. And I find that when I unplug the power to the camera, the static goes down. It doesn't go away, but it goes way down. So I may consider buying I've been looking at microphones. This microphone we have now is like $100. I think it's more than $100, but I've been looking at some microphones. There's like $400 microphones that might do a better job. But if I can get this one to work well enough, I'm not done experimenting yet, but if I get this microphone to work well enough, I'll just stick with it, at least for now. If I knew 100% buying a $400 microphone would solve all those issues, I would just, done. Where can I give the money now? If I knew for sure that would solve it, I'd just go do it. It'd be worth it to me to have perfectly clear audio. But if I spend $400 on a mic that will do what this one's gonna do, don't think it really justifies spending $400. Some of those shotgun mics, these long barrels that have a very directional microphone that block out a lot of the background noise. Might be the way to go. Having said that, I really want to keep the sound of the truck in the videos, and a shotgun microphone might take the truck sound out of the videos. From what I'm reading, it may take the truck out of the videos and you'd only be able to hear me. And what's the point of watching a truck video if you can't hear the Cummins singing away and the turbo spooling up? So there was those shotgun microphones, and there's also microphones very similar to mine but higher end ones with these anti-vibration, anti-static mounts on them. Awfully tempted. But we'll experiment with this microphone for a few more weeks. Because I was really happy with this microphone in the Peterbilt, and this being a quieter truck, I think I should be able to figure it out. Unless when I unscrewed the back, I did some damage that can't be repaired. Like the whole microphone came apart. So maybe I damaged the microphone. We'll find out. I know some of you guys are going to say the sound is, the audio is fine. And somebody else is going to come by and say the audio is absolutely crap. microphone. I myself am not picky on sound. I listen to YouTube videos where people all the time say get a microphone, and I'm like, yeah, their sound's fine. I have no issues with their sound. I don't listen or watch, or I don't watch a video for the sound purely. As long as I can hear what's going on, I'm okay with it. But I understand some people are a lot more sensitive to sound, and I guess the younger population is a lot more sensitive to sound too. As I get older, I don't hear that sound anymore, so it's hard to know what kind of sound it's producing that I can't even hear. Maybe there's this high pitch shrieking in the background that I can't even hear. And yeah, that would turn me off. We've gone through these two little towns coming up. I'll call it a day. It's already been the length of 2 bonus videos, or 2 one clips, so honestly, once it's over 22 minutes, as long as it's just one long take, all I have to do is load those videos into the program, glue them together and hit render and walk away for 2 hours and let it render. So it's fairly easy, it's just time consuming, and if I have to do a whole bunch of videos, editing, I don't do editing really. All I do is glue clips together. I don't cut a lot of video out. I don't have a B-roll. You guys get what I shoot, unless something goes really wrong, like no audio. Well, it was actually worse than no audio. It was absolute shrieking, static, annoying audio. Pedros, 2 miles ahead. Lots of fruit storage here as well. Fire danger low. That's gonna go up from low very soon. Place to do a load secure. It's got a long stick with a flag on it. Wonder where he's hiking to. Highway 20 closed, 15 miles west. Yeah, that's a highway we delivered on today morning. apples and cherries, it says there, so. Cherries too, I guess. Two and a half hours till I get home. Well, 2.5 hours till I get to where I want to park, and then I got to gather all my stuff and then walk home. Sounds like a nickname for someone. Hey, Brewster. Brewster is the nickname of a guy that was during Prohibition brewed alcohol, brewed beer. Zooming along the river. After this town, we leave the Columbia River and head up the Okanagan Valley. So, and you guys have seen all this road before on the Penticton to Veneta series that I'm working on, but the opposite direction and in different weather and different seasons. A lot of black lines here. What happened to cause all these black lines on the road? Seems like they end at this intersection. Brewster. Silly me, I hit increase cruise control instead of decrease. Shipping and receiving, you won't miss that sign. Paint the whole side of the building. Definitely starting to feel tired. At least it's not a 6-day week like last week. So I think by the end of the week I will have driven for, well, not necessarily driven, but worked. So basically counting the time I was driving and the time I was loading and unloading, and brake checks and load secures, basically work. Actual hours worked this week should be around 62 hours. Last week, 69. So I would have hours tomorrow to drive another 8 hours tomorrow, which I'm obviously not going to do. Side of the road. It's after school, must be some kind of sports team. Guys, I think we'll leave it here. Beautiful week, and I'm getting really quite used to this truck now. I'm not hitting the brake really silly like. The brake pedal's been hard to get used to because it's different in a different location, and the engine brakes have been hard to get used to because the buttons for the engine brakes are in a different place. But I'm starting to get a feel for it where I'm not stumbling over all the buttons and pedals. The big hood I got used to on day one. It's something I haven't had difficulty getting used to, the big hood. I got pretty good spatial awareness. I've had that all my life. Good spatial awareness. So thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you for letting me shoot these videos for you. It's a lot of fun for me. Talking to you guys with no Jess along. You guys are all who I can talk to. I do call Jess a lot. Every day I'm on the phone with her, but not the same as having someone next to me. What a beautiful sky. I'm out of here. You guys have a great weekend. Isn't that pretty? You guys rock.